Military Broadcast Radio, the station that's giving veterans a voice.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
This entire military is one cohesive, dedicated force. And the threats to our nations, they don't sleep. They're watching our every move. Iran, Russia, China, North Korea, ISIS, Al-Qaeda. They may be watching this right now. Our military should not be mistaken for a cable news gab-fest show. We don't care what you look like. We don't care who you voted for, who you worship, what you worship, who you love. It doesn't matter if your dad left you millions when he died or if you knew who your father was. We have been honed into a machine of lethal moving parts that you would be wise to avoid if you know what's good for you. We will not be intimidated. We will not back down. We've seen war. We don't want war. But if you want war with the United States of America, there's one thing I can promise you, so help me God. Someone else will raise your sons and daughters.
Opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities.
Turnbuckles and Stogies. Yo, what is up? What is up? Yo, happy Sunday. Another Sunday with your favorite hostess with the mostest.
My dad, I'm doing a wrestling punch. I looked at him, I said, hey, I'm on a Brooklyn unit.
We're not in Brooklyn, sir. We're in upstate New York in Dutchess County. I'm originally from Yonkers. Hung out in the park.
I guess you guys don't know each other that well.
Oh, what is up? What is up, everybody? Happy Sunday, fun day, motherfuckers. Hopefully, everybody's having a great day. It's beautiful here. It rained a little bit, but we're still good. So, first off, let's do a RIP for Hulk Hogan. Died yesterday.
No, it wasn't yesterday. It was the day before.
Or whatever day it was. So, shout out to Hulk Hogan. The guy that put wrestling on the map from the 80s, put it there. He did what he had to do. God bless him. God bless his family. And Brooke said she don't want the $8.5 million.
Well, they can't. No, it doesn't matter. She's not getting it. His wife locked it all up. I read it yesterday. She locked everything up that he had. 20 some odd $1 million is all locked up. Yes, I'm telling you. I already know.
No. Can I explain to you what's going on? He put an account for $8.5 million into Brooke's name. It's in Brooke's name. Brooke said, I don't want it because he was mad because I married a black man. Should I say it again? Thank you very much. Anyway, let's move on from that. That's over. It's finished. Shout out to fucking Hulk Hogan. Eat a bag of dicks. Next question.
Oh, I don't know. You were yelling, so I figured I'd let you yell and scream and get it all out, and then I would continue with the show.
I'll just leave.
I'm just saying. I was just saying.
Next.
You ready now? Can I finish saying what I was saying, or are you just going to cut
Shout
me
out
off
to
and yell at me?
Sunday Fun Day, motherfuckers.
Are you just going to cut me off again if I start talking? Now, what I was saying is, it may be in her name, but the wife locked everything up to where only her and her kids get it, not his kids. She changed everything over to their name. It's exactly what she did. I just read it yesterday. It came out. That's what she did. So, again,
let's talk about something else.
Again,
shout out to Hogan. He died 10 years from using the N-word. That's when he died. 10 years from using the N-word. So now can we move on to something else? Because I'm tired of talking about Hulk Hogan. He's a fucking loser.
He's a guy that put wrestling on the map. If it wasn't for him, there wouldn't have been you.
Shout out to the American Beer, who's going to go down now.
No, it's not. His son's taking it over. They already offered it to his son.
That shit is going like this.
His son's taking it over. His son's taking it over. His son was the one that helped him put it all out on the map. And he's taking it over now.
So let's go to the next thing.
His son's taking it over. He already said it.
What are we doing to the next thing?
Oh my God.
AJ Styles showed up in TNA.
We covered that already. Covered that last week. You threw me off. Because you started screaming and yelling and cutting me off, and so you can continue talking because I lost my train of thought. So I'm just going to turn the show over to you now.
Don't turn it over to me.
Because you completely cut me off, and I lost my train of thought.
We are the greatest show on the internet.
I wouldn't say that.
We are the greatest show.
I wouldn't say all that.
On the internet. We are the number one fucking show.
We'll get there eventually, but we're not there yet. We're not there yet.
Podcast, baby.
So I broke something out of the vault today.
What'd you break out?
That's been in my boxes that I'm holding on to and smoking sparingly. Broke something out of the vault because this episode we're going to cover is going to be primarily wrestling for the most part. But in honor of this, and in honor of, you know, the AAA show that happened the other day, that Dominic showed up on, you know,
yes.
I broke out one of these bad boys, the Sam Lucia Luchador, 6x60, San Andreas Maduro. It's probably 10 years old, if not longer than that. I got some locked away.
Don't be jealous, motherfucker.
That I don't smoke a lot of.
Don't be jealous. Don't be jealous.
A restock is in order pretty soon. Just because I want to and because I can. There's something I don't break out all the time. Just felt like having something different today, and well, I mean, we are Turnbuckles and Stogies.
Say it again.
So, I mean, what better cigar to smoke on this podcast than a Luchador from Sam Lucia Tobacco, current owner of Stogie Bird. Trying to get him on here. I'm in talks to get him on here because I really, really want to know what made him do this. Now, for everybody that's seen the video I put out yesterday,
excuse me.
We're going to be talking about Awesome Championship Wrestling, their show Fallout from last weekend, and some upcoming dates, some match announcements, which should have been out yesterday. So I got to check and see if they came out to give you guys the correct show updates. They got a show coming up in October called Mischief Night. Already announced is Vampiro will be there. You have a fatal four-way for the ACW Heavyweight Championship. Nick Nemeth, I believe Matt Cardona, Richard Holiday, and Matt Riddle. So that'll be an interesting show. I will be there. I'll make it a point to be there at the MJN Center in Poughkeepsie because I missed the first two shows. I was tied up. I was busy. But everybody over at ACW is doing their thing. You know, they're doing it the right way. You could actually go watch it now on Triller TV. I watched it yesterday. If you didn't watch it, you should go watch it. It was a great show from start to finish. I watched every bit of the 2.5, almost 3-hour show. It was absolutely worth it. And it was an action-packed card, star-studded card. Mike Santana, Dante Casanova, Real One, Tommy Dreamer, Zach Clayton, Matt Riddle, Richard Holiday, Indy Hartwell, The Now, Sent to Slaughter, Crowbar and Kerr. I mean, the list goes on and on. It was a star-studded show from start to finish. So, I enjoyed it. And also, you can go watch their first event on there as well, the Poughkeepsie Rumble. And if you didn't watch that, that was a fantastic show. So shout out to everybody over there at ACW, from the brass to the ring crew, to the announcers, to the wrestlers, and to the fans for showing up and supporting wrestling back in a building that hasn't had wrestling in probably 10 years. And the fact that they're back, I think they have a show maybe next month. I think I'll be at that one. But they will have, I believe they have a show next month. If not next month, I know for sure in October they have a show. I'll be there. Maybe I'll even have some Turnbuckles and Stogies stickers for everybody that I'm going to order. If I can get them here in time for the show in August, maybe I'll have them there too. I think it's August. I can't remember if it's August or September. Either way.
Well, we in August right now.
No, we're not. We're still in July. We're not in August. Also, next week, we have, I'm going to double confirm with him. We have Church of Tobacco on next week with him and his cigars and his books. That'll be a good episode. Might want to take a look at that. Everybody watching today, we already know what you're here for. I made sure I put it out on the interwebs, on the social medias, on the YouTubes, what we were doing, covering today, because this is something that I think we should cover for the fact of what they are doing in such a short amount of time.
What's that?
ACW, for what they're doing with the MJN Center in such a short amount of time, packing out the buildings each and every single show.
Yes.
You know, that's, and
yes,
I've been around a long time, seen it, you've seen it. For a new company to come straight out of the gate and pack out arenas like that, and not saying that it's a big arena, but it's held ECW, it's held WWE, it's held NXT, WWF, and to be able to pack out that arena and sell it out, I think it was like 3,000 people.
Yes.
To do that twice in a 6-month time period, not even. Twice in, I believe, a 6-month time period. No. First show was what? April? No, May. And the next show was July. So in a 2-month time period, they packed it out twice. That's unheard of for a startup company, for a brand new startup company. But
when they coming on?
But the thing is
when they coming on?
But the thing is when you have the right promotion, and you have the right card, and you have the right attractions, then, you know, it's not a hard and unheard of thing to do.
When they coming on?
I'm working on that. Give me time. I'm working on that. I'm in talks to try to make that happen, because I know it's something I want. It's something that people have asked me about. So I'm working on that.
We gotta get Woodman on here.
I'm working on that. Give me time.
I gotta call Woodman.
I'm gonna take a quick commercial break, guys. And then I'll be back, and we'll start with match 1 of the card.
Signed up to fight for freedom. What a price you had to pay. Picture in a helmet, missing family every day. Your Lady Liberty, dressed like G.I. Jane. Some scars we'll never see. She will never be the same. She's a mother, she's a daughter. She's a sister and a friend. Standing tall in that uniform until the very end. When Uncle Sam called, she signed that line to serve. 'Cause you can't spell hero without her. On that old dusty base with the meadows that shine, she's been to hell and back for the stars and the stripes. Your Lady Liberty, dressed like G.I. Jane, and some scars we'll never see, and she will never be the same. She's a mother, she's a daughter, she's a sister and a friend, standing tall in that uniform until the very end. When Uncle Sam called, she signed that line to serve. 'Cause you can't spell hero without her. Yeah, yes. For the ones that didn't make it, we will pause and then we cry. We can still see their smile in every sunrise. She's a mother, she's a daughter, she's a sister and a friend, standing tall in that uniform until the very end. When Uncle Sam called, she signed that line to serve. 'Cause you can't spell hero without her. 'Cause you can't spell hero without her.
What is up? What is up? We are back, and we are going to start talking about what I promised you guys. We're going to start talking about the ACW show coming up, or that just happened, and then we'll talk about the ones coming up too. So ready? Some I haven't used in a while. And here we go. So, now, let me just pull this up for you because I want to make sure I have the match cards right. I want to make sure I give you the right matches, because it would be wrong if I didn't. It would be wrong if I didn't. But you had Zach Clayton versus Real One kicking off the show with Tommy Dreamer as the special guest enforcer at ringside. And that for the ACW National Championship. Great match. Thoroughly enjoyed that match. It was, again, another match that you could put on a card anywhere that would probably sell out, would actually sell out anywhere. Enzo came out, Real One. Most of you guys know him as Enzo. Came out and did his gimmick, his shtick. You know, everybody knows Cup of Hate, everything. The match ended when the match. Whoa, excuse me, guys. Wow. Here. What the fuck? Lost my train of thought, but that was easier than saying the actual word. Yeah, Zach Clayton and Real One showed out to kick off the show. Banger match, top to bottom, loved it. Told the story, had the action, had the ups and downs and ebbs and flows of a match you look for. Now, after that, I'm probably going to miss a match or two because I don't have the card in front of me. That's okay. Let me see. Actually, you know what? Let me see if I can pull it up for you guys. But then you had the main event was Matt Riddle versus Richard Holiday. And again, that match was great. Matt Riddle won by disqualification because of here we go. All right. So you had Zach Clayton and Real One for the National Openweight Championship. Then you had the ACW Tag Team Champion Extreme Rules match sent to slaughter Danny Moff and Sean Donovan with Josh Chernoff, who were the champions, versus Crowbar and Kerr with Vanessa. That match was, fantastic. Obviously, it was an Extreme Rules match. We all know how those go. We all know how that works. Anything goes. Everything is legal. Anybody and everybody can get involved. So they go on. They beat everybody up. They kick the crap out of each other. Danny Moff hits a power slam on the guardrail, draped across the ring, and draped across the ring and the rope, or chair and rope, pins him for the 3 count. And then before that, they bring Vanessa in the ring. She she kicks Josh Chernoff in the balls, stuns everybody. And then you go for the win, which was sent to slaughter, still tag team champions. After the match, a graphic plays for the Now. They're looking for them. They can't find them. They don't know where they are. They come in through the crowd. They hit the ring. They lay them out with the chairs. Champs roll out of the ring. They're throwing everything and anything at them as they're going up the ramp. Wet floor signs, chairs. Pretty sure there might have been a piece of a table thrown. I don't know. Couldn't see. Now, the Now then proceed to cut a promo and tell them in October at Mischief Night, I believe it's, let me get the date for you. Hold on. See, I'm getting dates. 10/18 at the MJN Center in Poughkeepsie. They're going to hang the belts from the ceiling. They're going to hang them from the ceiling. It's going to be a ladder match. It's going to be sent to slaughter versus the Now. And it's their last chance to basically end this. And, it's sent to slaughter's last chance to end the Now, which I don't know if that's going to happen, but I would like to see them win the belts in October, but that's just me. That's just me. I think it'd be cool to see them win it. But that's going to be a very good match in October. That's going to be a fantastic match. They're going to hang the belts from the ceilings. We're going to pull the ladders out, and it's going to be a good time for everybody. Then you get to then you had Later on in the show, you had the women's title match. But before that, you had Danny Doring versus Parker Bordeaux, which Parker Bordeaux looked phenomenal. For those of you who don't know, that's the guy that was in WWE who Paul Heyman dubbed the next big thing. And he definitely has the looks, the skills, the athleticism to be the next big thing. That's for sure. He's been in Japan. He's been to Mexico, refining his skills. So don't be surprised if down the line you do see him. I think he's already been in AEW. Don't be surprised you see him get picked up by TNA, WWE, AEW. Don't be surprised somebody picks him up down the line. I wouldn't be shocked. Then you had Tina San Antonio versus Lena Cross, making her ACW debut from, I believe, England she's from. She's been in another one, been Japan, I believe, been to Mexico, Europe. So it's finally, she was over stateside. She came to ACW. That match, again, showed out for women on that card. Their women's matches have been nothing short of fantastic. Then you had AJZ versus Sydney Akeem, which if you haven't seen Sydney Akeem, that was Reggie and Scripps in WWE. And he is insanely athletic. He's so good at what he does. The athleticism is off the charts for him. Again, another one I think that will be picked up somewhere. Definitely somebody that deserves it. But again, you know, who knows? That match was fantastic. Then you had excuse me. Then you had the Carlito Open Challenge. He came out to whatever music they had him playing. Carlito comes out to the ring. He tells them, I'm going to go back to the back. You're not going to play that crappy music. You're going to play that old school. You're going to play the original, the classic music. And then he goes to the back, and the classic Carlito music hits. I spit in the face of people who don't want to be cool. And then he comes out, and he gets in the ring. He talks. He tells, a lot of people, he tells everybody, some of you know me as the Apple Man is what I'm called. He said, a lot of you know me when I used to wrestle. He goes, and a lot of the younger people know me when I was in the Judgment Day, and I didn't wrestle on TV in like 47 years. And then the challenge gets he says, I want a challenge. We don't know who it is. And music hits, and it's the most professional wrestler, Brian Myers, accepts the challenge. He comes out. He tells Carlito, I've already wrestled. I am the most professional wrestler. I've already wrestled at my daughter's summer camp this morning, and now I'm here. And then I go to Slammiversary on Sunday or Saturday. And he said, do you know why I do this? Because I fucking love this shit. And he said that's his favorite building to wrestle in is the MJN Center. He absolutely loves it. And then Leo Sparrow comes out, tells Brian he's got a bone to pick with him. And then it turns into a three-way match. And it was fantastic. Again, another fantastic match. The amount of experience in that ring, too, was insane. So, but yeah, on that note, I'm going to take a quick commercial break. We're going to come back, finish up the rest of the card, give you our thoughts, give you our thoughts. Maybe tease some match announcements if they're already announced, which I've seen some. Give you guys a heads up for the next show. And then we'll keep it moving.
What you got why he got it good. Always just a little misunderstood, but I never tried to change you, even when you're drunk all day. Every time you break, oh, it breaks my heart. Watching you drown yourself and fall apart. You're killing yourself, and it's killing me to have to say. Though it hurts so much, 'cause I love you. You were my best friend. You were my muse. The story with a good end. My rhythm blues. You were my soulmate. A damaged man. And I paid for it. As much as I think I can, and I thought in the end you would miss me, but I guess I wasn't stronger than the whiskey. I've heard it only hurts 'cause you love so deep, letting you go after all the cheap shots you take of me and Jameson. Your daddy don't help, no, he feeds you lies, and you're wondering why you can't sleep at night in the bed I made. Oh, I thought you were the one, 'cause you were my best friend. You were my muse. The story with a good end. My rhythm blues. You were my soulmate. A damaged man. And I paid for it. As much as I think I can. And I thought in the end you would miss me, but I guess I wasn't stronger than the whiskey. Oh, it hurts so much 'cause I love you, and you were my best friend. You were my muse. The story with a good end. My rhythm and blues. You were my soulmate. A damaged man. And I paid for it. As much as I think I can. And I thought in the end you would miss me. You and I would be never ending, but I guess I wasn't stronger than the whiskey. Oh, not stronger than the whiskey.
What up, everybody? What's going on? We're back.
We are back.
Wow, this is good. If you didn't have a chance to ever smoke these, I will tell you guys you're missing out big time, because they're an absolutely delicious cigar. What the hell is going on over here? What's why? All right, there we go. That's it. There we go. All right, that's fixed. Cool. Again, there's a lot that happened in the last couple of weeks, wrestling wise. Yeah, there's a lot. There's way too much to cover in an hour and a half. That's why we got to pick one, maybe two things to cover, and then go from there. Because that's the easiest way to do it.
The ACW show is what we're covering.
And then, well, I'm going to try to see if I can cover some SummerSlam stuff too, because they won't see us till after night one.
What do you mean?
Because SummerSlam is next weekend.
Oh, correct.
Us until after night one of SummerSlam. But if not, then we will maybe during the week film a little something for you guys and give our predictions on the show. Tomorrow night, I believe tomorrow, Tuesday and Wednesday, you have GCW that will be on because they're in Japan. I believe it's Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I'm looking now because I'm on here. Yep, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, they're in Japan, 7 o'clock. Monday and Tuesday night, they'll be on, and 8 o'clock on Wednesday because they're over in Japan, so they'll be in Corrigan Hall or Shinjuku Face on Monday, Tokyo Square on Tuesday, and Corrigan Hall on Wednesday. Their Japan shows are always fun, though. So, now, we had Mike on the AC. Now back to ACW. We had Mike Santana versus Dante Casanova. You had Mike Santana had a busy weekend that weekend. He was on NXT Tuesday or I believe Wednesday. TNA on Thursday. ACW on Friday. Slammiversary on Saturday.
Sunday.
Sunday. He had a busy week. So did Brian Myers. Everybody in TNA had a really busy weekend that week. Enzo had a busy week. Or Real One had a busy week. Sorry. Actually, last night, Real One was up in Rhode Island for New World Wrestling Extreme. They had their Summer Sizzler show last night.
Yes.
If I would have realized it and I'd have been able to do it, I would have went. I'd have went and hung out up there. But either way, he's had a busy couple of weeks, and then this week he's got another busy week I think they're in Paris this week. I don't remember. I think Fourth Rope is in Paris. Don't quote me on that. I don't remember. I gotta look. So a lot of the guys had busy, weekends. And then you had Dante Casanova, who's an NWA champion. Him and Mike Santana put on a hell of a match. Mike Santana came out through the crowd like he always does. His daughter was there in attendance. He brought his daughter with him. That was pretty cool to see. That match, again, another one that they just put on a show. It was fantastic. Those two guys went out and showed everybody what the sport is about. And I thought it was great. I really did. I enjoyed that match. But honestly, anything that usually Mike Santana is in for the last how many years since he's been on TV, anything he's put out or been in has been spectacular.
Right.
So I'm not even I'm not surprised that was another one to put in the books. I'm not going to give match ratings because I think that's kind of stupid. It just, to me, that's not, I don't know. I'm not really a star rating kind of guy because everybody's got their own opinion of what's a 5-star match and what's not. That's the issue. And everybody's opinion is going to be different.
Right.
So I try not to do that if I don't have to. If I'm asked, I do. But I wouldn't, some of these matches, and for any card really, I wouldn't give those match ratings because it's not something I do. I don't have a criteria set up to critique those matches. It's not me. Then you had Indy Hartwell and Vicious Vicky Venuto for the ACW Women's Championship. Indy Hartwell came out to a great reception from the crowd. They all love her. She's doing a lot of good things since she left. Since she got released from WWE. She's been in TNA, wrestled Tessa last Slammiversary, I believe it was. I think it was Slammiversary.
Yeah.
She wrestled Tessa. That was a great match. She wrestled here Friday. That again was another fantastic match. Indy obviously retained the belt. Because why wouldn't she? And then you move on to your main event. Your main event of Matt Riddle and Richard Holliday for the ACW Heavyweight Championship. Matt Riddle comes out to the normal reception Matt Riddle gets. A huge reception from the crowd. Richard Holliday, he's good at what he does. Whether he's a baby face, he's a heel, he's fantastic.
The mustache man.
You're breathing rarefied air when he's around. Again, that match, absolutely spectacular. Richard tried to hit a burning hammer. Matt countered, hit him with a knee. The ref was already down because Richard had laid him out. Matt Riddle takes the count, and Richard kicks out. Richard tries to hit him with an RKO. It doesn't work. Matt Riddle takes Richard, puts him through the ropes, hits the Randy Orton DDT off the ropes. Richard kicks out again. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Matt Riddle signals for the RKO. Richard goes to get up. He blocks the first one. He shoots off the ropes. And again, Matt Riddle, like Randy, hits him with the RKO out of nowhere, drops him. 1, 2, 3. Matt Riddle wins the belt. But there's a big but here. Just as Riddle is holding up the belt, they're announcing him as the new champion. The ref gets back up, comes back in the ring, tells the other ref and the announcer that Richard Holliday hit him and that Matt Riddle wins, but by disqualification. So therefore, Richard Holliday retains his title. So you had a short glimpse of Matt Riddle as champion, which means maybe Matt gets the belt in October.
That could be it.
And then Nick Nemeth pops up on the screen. And I believe Matt Cardona did as well. I might have skipped too far ahead after the match was over. But he throws his name in the ring for October. And then I believe Cardona threw his name in the ring for October. And then Matt Riddle takes the mic and says, if these guys want to do it, why don't I just get in too since I won the belt? And you could only beat me by disqualification. And why don't we make it a fatal 4-way? So now it's Matt Cardona, Richard Holliday. I believe it's Matt Cardona. I could be wrong. I think so. Nick Nemeth, Richard Holliday, Matt Riddle, and I believe Matt Cardona. I could be wrong. But either way, that's going to be a hell of a match come October. And then you have Vampiro, who's going to be there. You have the ladder match, which is the Now and Sent to Slaughter. This card is already turning out to be absolutely fantastic in October. I'm already looking forward to it. And only 2 matches have been announced. And Vampiro. I don't know if Vampiro is going to wrestle. I don't know if Vampiro is just going to be there to do a autograph signing. I don't know. I want to see it. I want to be there. I want to watch it in person. Now, that show overall was absolutely fantastic. Loved every single minute of it. If you haven't watched it, go out of your way to watch it. Watch it today. Let us know what you think. We love to hear it. I always like hearing what you guys think of the shows that we're talking about. So, please make sure you let us know. Now, as for the next show coming up, you have 8-9 at Barton Orchards in Poughkeepsie, New York. So far announced, you have Justin Carino versus Zach Clayton versus Joe Ocasio. That's at ACW Uprising, Friday, August 9th, which is going to be...
It's a Barton's Orchard?
Yeah. Then you have Vic Delicious versus Danny Moff. And I believe that's it so far. I believe those are the only 2 matches announced so far. So, you're going to get a preview of what's to come in October with one half of the Now and one half of Sent to Slaughter. I think that's going to be a fantastic match. It should be a lot of fun. That triple threat match is going to be a lot of fun because I've had the opportunity to see some of those guys wrestle, and they're good at what they do. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in some of these matches. Those are the first 2 announced so far. So let's see what else comes announced. You guys will hear it here first. Well, as they come out, you won't hear it here first. You'll hear it from them, but I'll break the news as it comes out. What matches have been announced. But that's 8-9 is Barton Orchards in Poughkeepsie. If you can get there, I suggest you go. Because it'll be very interesting to see who's there, who else they have announced.
8-9, that's on a Friday.
I think so.
Yeah, that's on a Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be there.
We
will be there.
Now, let's talk about this because I've been asked about this a few times already in the last week or 2 for SummerSlam. So for night 1, you have Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill, Randy Orton and Jelly Roll versus Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul, Gunther and CM Punk, the Judgment Day, Raquel and Roxanne versus Charlotte and Alexa for the women's tag team titles. Roman Reigns and Jey Uso team up one more time to take on Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed with Paul Heyman at their side. And then Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross. This is all night 1. Night 2, you have John Cena and Cody Rhodes in a street fight for the undisputed WWE Championship. Then you have Naomi versus Rhea versus Io in a triple threat for the Women's World Championship. Then you have Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria in a no disqualification, no count out last chance match for the Women's Intercontinental Belt. If Lynch wins, Valkyria can no longer challenge for the title as long as Lynch is champion. Then you have Solo Sikoa versus Jacob Fatu in a steel cage match for the WWE United States Championship. And then you have Dominic Mysterio versus AJ Styles for the Intercontinental Championship. And then just announced Friday night, This is going to be a fantastic match, in my opinion. The Wyatt Six versus Andrade and Rey Fenix versus DIY versus Fraxium versus the Motor City Machine Guns versus the Street Profits in a 6-pack tables, ladders, and chairs match for the WWE Tag Team Championship. I mean, I'm a big fan of the TLC matches. So to me, this intrigues me because they had a couple of these matches already on TV and they were absolutely phenomenal. So I'm looking extremely forward to these matches, to this match, and more specifically this match. But I mean, both cards are shaping up to be fantastic. I think Dominic's headed to Mexico because he showed up there the other night. He took out the world champ in Hijo del Vikingo. So I'm curious to see where they go with that. But I have a feeling Dominic's going to go to Mexico. And the kid is so over in Mexico, it's insane. The aura that he has in Mexico is absolutely fantastic, and I love it. Again, this is one of those things that, you know, this partnership with AAA or buying AAA and, you know, everything like that is going to work out for both companies because some of their main roster guys are going to go to Mexico and get some craft that they never had before. You know, you have Los Garzas, who are the AAA Tag Team Champions, and they're being defended on national TV Friday night in an open challenge for the belts this Friday. So don't be surprised if maybe on SummerSlam or on a pre-show, you get the AAA Tag Team Championships on the line. Because I think that's going to be something that happens. But yeah, there's a lot going on this weekend. SummerSlam, GCW during the week. You got all kinds of stuff this weekend. The same, you know, from Friday. I think probably from Friday to Sunday, you got all kinds of independent shows all over. So it's going to be an interesting weekend for sure for wrestling itself because of what's going on and all the shows and everything else. I'm curious to see where they go. What comes out of SummerSlam? If John Cena retains the belt, I don't know. You know, it's all a very interesting process. So we'll see. We'll see this week what happens. Monday Night Raw is tomorrow night, so stay tuned. You got Impact on Thursday. Thursday, NXT on Wednesday. I mean it's gonna be an action-packed week. You got SmackDown Friday, you got GCW Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, AEW Wednesday night. Listen, if you're a wrestling fan, this week is the week for you. So grab your cigars, grab your multiple streaming devices, set up, and just get comfortable because it's gonna be in for a long ride. On that note, guys, I'm gonna take a quick commercial break and I'll be right back.
About the way I'm feeling, 'cause I'm not
What is up, everybody? I'm back. You are here with me, your favorite part of the podcast. So, while we were on commercial break, breaking news, couple breaking news things I just read. So, another match was announced for ACW Uprising, August 9th, Barton Orchard, Folkway, New York. Tag Team Collision. Crowbar and Kerr versus Fox Vineyard and Keith Youngblood. So there's your tag team match on the show. That's gonna be a good one. I've seen all of those guys wrestle before, and they're all fantastic. So again, it's gonna be a great show, and I'm looking forward to it. Grabbing my ticket this week. But yeah, and then also Sonya Deville has announced her retirement from professional wrestling. And that was breaking news as well that I just seen. That happened yesterday, but I just read it now. So I figured I'd share it with you guys as it's coming across my phone. Yeah, this week has been kind of crazy. Kind of crazy for wrestling, and then for everything across the board. This is gonna be an interesting week. Like I said, GCW in Japan, those shows never disappoint. Shinjuku Face Monday, Tokyo Square Tuesday. Then you have Cork and Hall on Wednesday. I believe Tokyo Square is the new one. Shinjuku Face and Corrigan Hall. Everybody knows Corrigan Hall. Corrigan Hall and Tokyo Dome, those are big hotspots in Japan for wrestling. But again, it's very, very interesting. Like I said, in the beginning of the show to start off, Awesome Championship Wrestling, they are absolutely killing it, selling out the MJN Center. Absolutely killing it. And I commend those guys. I'm happy for those guys. Those guys are awesome. No pun intended. And they know what they're doing. I'll tell you that. That's for sure. Yeah, I'm sad I missed the first two shows. I won't miss the next two, that's for sure. But I will be buying my tickets ahead of time. This way, I have them for when the show comes. And I don't have to wait till last minute. Also, merch store is updated. New logo. There's another logo up there that I created. May edit it in due time, but right now I wanted to get them out there. So not only do you have my logo and the show logo, but then you have the Big Dogs logo as well. I did that. I created that for him. Go get your merch. Go get everything. Go pick it up. Go support your favorite podcast, which is us. Obviously, you're here. You're watching us. You're hanging out with us live on. We'll see. What's up? So I have some Turnbuckles and Stogies, some Vanilla Gorilla stickers. Whatever I can order, whatever will get here faster is what I'm going to order. But if you want yours, you can go to the link in our bio on any of our social media pages. Click that link, click the merch store. It'll take you to everything we got: stickers, bumper stickers, aprons, t-shirts, hats, duffel bags, backpacks, stuffed animals. We got it all. Maybe in the future, you'll see maybe a couple of action figures pop up here and there. I don't know yet. Maybe. I'm still working on some dates for some stuff. I want to keep you guys posted. I'm trying my hardest to make it happen. Once it does, I'll break the news right here of the dates. Next week we have Church Tobacco on. We'll have him with his cigars and his book, and we'll have him in person live with us talking and hanging out. Also, we are in talks to have the Metal Maniac on our show. Longtime independent professional wrestler. Been around a very long time. We're in talks to have him on the show. We're in talks to have a couple other people on as well, a few other wrestlers. So stay tuned for that. Maybe some promoters. I'm going to work on that as well. I'm working on them, just waiting on emails. Anybody wants us on their podcast, you know how to get a hold of me. It's not hard. Shoot me an email, shoot me a DM on Instagram. It's not hard. If somebody just reached out, they were looking for a guest. I reached out to them. We're going to talk about that, get us on there, get me on there, one of us. But yeah, I mean, listen, there's a lot we got going on now. This year's going to be interesting for us. The rest of the year is going to be interesting. I'm trying to make things happen for us. If not this year, maybe next year we'll see what we can work on. But I'm working. I'm working, guys. You're asking, I'm working. I'm trying. It's not easy, but I'm getting there. I'm working it. I'm trying my best. So now, like I said, August 9th, Bar and Orchards, Poughkeepsie, New York, ACW Uprising. I gave you your 3 match announcements. You have Zach Clayton, Joe Ocasio, and Justin Carino in a triple threat match. Then you have Vic Delicious, one half of the Now, and Danny Moff, one half of Sent to Slaughter, going one-on-one and some hard-hitting action. That's going to be two behemoths going at it. It's going to be awesome. Then you have Kerr and Crowbar versus Keith Youngblood and Fox Viner. Again, that's going to be a great tag team match. Looking forward to that. Get your tickets. I think they're $15 on the web. If you go to their pages on social media, the website is there. Click that link. Get your tickets. It's going to be fun. I'll be there. I will be there. I will make it a point to be there. So if you see me, come say hello. Come hang out. Come take a picture. Whatever you want. Also, you can also be drinking Aspire Brewery's awesome championship wrestling beer. That's going to be cool. So, there's going to be a lot. It's going to be a fun night. Great wrestling. Great fun. Great everything. So, come check it out. Come hang out. I'll be there. I'll be taking pictures of the show, posting videos up. It'll be a good time. Hopefully, maybe if I'm lucky, be able to just quickly interview some people. Quick hello, how are you? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see. I'm not gonna press my luck. I'm just happy to be there. But again, man, this it's a sad thing that he doesn't make these anymore, because these are absolutely phenomenal. These cigars are fantastic. These luchadors. This is I forget which one this is called actually. El Gringo something. I forget. There's a few of them. But this is my favorite. This size, man, is, I don't know. In this wrapper, the 6x60 is fantastic. And then they have I want to say a Habano wrapper. They make a box press 4.5 by 70 or 4 by 70. Oh, phenomenal cigar. Love that cigar. But yeah, guys, I mean that's really it for us today. SummerSlam is going to be phenomenal from top to bottom. I'm very curious to watch that Randy Orton and Jelly Roll and Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul, because after seeing Jelly Roll on Friday get into it with Logan Paul, he actually looked good. Looks like he could definitely do something. That's for sure. So I'm curious to see what goes on, because it's gonna be it's gonna be interesting. I'm curious. I'm happy. Um, this weekend's gonna be a good weekend. So stay tuned on Sunday for us to cover night one, and then tune in the week after to see us cover night two and what went on during that. And then you have AEW Forbidden Door August 24th. Yeah, August is a great month so far as wrestling pay-per-views go. For those of you who didn't see on Sunday for Slammiversary past Sunday, Bound for Glory, you're going to get the Hardys and the Dudleys in a ladder match or a TLC match, I'm not sure. Probably for the tag team titles one last time. I will be ordering Bound for Glory. Bound for Glory is in October, but that's a whole nother story. We'll cover that when we get there. Yeah, listen, guys, that show Fallout from ACW was phenomenal. I can't say enough good things about it. I really can't. I can't. I really, really can't say enough great things about that show. Their first show, the Poughkeepsie Rumble, was fantastic. I loved it. And now they showed out again with Fallout. So I mean, they started off hot, and they're keeping it going. Sold out the MJN Center. I believe sold out the MJN Center twice. Looking for a third time in October. I'm happy for them. You know what? It's about time that there was a local wrestling company running that building, because that hasn't had local wrestling in probably a few years now, if not maybe before COVID. So I'm happy. I'm happy for them. They're doing good things. They're changing the landscape up here, and that's it's good. I can't say enough good things about them, the company, the shows. I mean, it's awesome. It's awesome. That's it. No pun intended. No pun intended. I feel like I've done a lot of talking today for you guys. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this show early and check back in with you next week with Church Tobacco, and we'll talk about some SummerSlam recap for night one. We'll sit down with him, talk about him, his cigars, everything, and just keep it moving. So listen, guys, it's been a fun episode. Yeah, I can't say enough good things about the episode, the shows that happened, the shows coming up. So just enjoy the rest of the week. Enjoy your cigars, because I know I will be. Enjoy your wrestling. Grab your favorite cigars. Smoke while you're watching wrestling. I mean, what else do you want me to tell you? I can't do everything for you. I know what I'm going to be doing, but I can't help you. You got to do that. So, on that note, smoke your favorite cigars. Whatever you like is your favorite cigar. Don't matter if it's high end, if it's cheaper, if it's mid range. Don't matter. Whatever you like is a good cigar. Smoke your good cigar. Smoke your favorite cigar. Smoke every once in a while cigar. Doesn't matter. Check out all the wrestling going on this week. If you have the time to sit down and do it, watch it all. If you have Triller TV, go watch ACW's first 2 shows, the Poughkeepsie Rumble and Fallout. You won't be disappointed. Trust me. Worth every bit of your time. GCW, again, is on Triller. Go watch that. I mean, anything on there, you're not going to be disappointed. So, on that note, guys, it's been another fun episode, Turnbuckles and Stogies. We're going to cut it about 15 minutes early today. Have a lot to talk about next week. So, stay tuned. And I will see you next week. And remember, smoke your favorite cigars. Peace.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to Military Broadcast Radio. As we wrap up today's show, we want to remind you that the podcast of today's episode will be available right after we go off the air. So if you missed any part of the show or want to listen again, be sure to check it out. And remember, we're here to support and honor our veterans. Your stories and experiences matter, and we are committed to giving you a platform to share them. That's right. We're here to give our veterans a voice. So don't forget to catch the podcast and stay connected with us, giving our veterans a voice.